what we're going to do next is this wonderful, wonderful endive salad. I couldn't get frisee, not even Whole Paycheck Foods had. They were out of it, so I did the next best thing and I got a really nice endive. I always soak, Mom always taught me, because of the bitterness, you don't want all the bitterness, so I soak it in cold water for about 15-20 minutes, then spin dry it. So I've already done that with the endive. And one of the items that this salad has in it is a kohlrabi. This is what kohlrabi looks like. It looks almost like a pale green turnip. Ideally you get the smaller ones because they're not as woody. And it is wonderful julienne fresh in the salad. So what I did, the salad has endive, it's got kohlrabi, and it's also got Granny Smith apple in it. So what I did that you can see, this is the kohlrabi, not to be confused with the green apple. So I did this by hand. I didn't use my processor because there's only one small kohlrabi. So I'll just show you. I just make thin slices. Okay. That's where the dimple knife would really be helpful. And I basically actually just slice it, a little too high. Slice it thin. Which to me, by the time you get the processor out and whatever, unless you're doing a large quantity, like for a slaw or something, it's just as easy to do it by hand, right? Right, Chef?
Yes.
Please, that's what my mama taught me. So I just used one small kohlrabi for this. And I see I got one big fat piece, so I'm just going to slice it in half. I don't need that, so I've got my kohlrabi. And now with the apples again, I just started slicing them thin. To the core, you obviously don't want to get any core in them. Could have probably gone a bit closer, right? You're probably cringing watching my knife work because I'm not like a chef when it comes to knife work, but you know what? I get the job done. Take some of my bigger slices, put a couple of them together. I'm a bit of a fuss pot, so. You've got the lovely tart sweetness of the Granny Smith. I tell you, when you first start eating kohlrabi, it is mild. It is. Do you use it a lot, Chef Clarence?
I usually put soup of braising it, roasting it.
Yeah. Well, in this month's newsletter, I included a recipe for an old vegetable stew that used to be one of my favorite. Mom made it all the time. You could actually use a bigger, older, woodier kohlrabi because it's simmered very slowly, and it's done with peas and carrots and a white cream sauce, and oh my God, it is just like so yummy. Okay, so I'm just going to put that in. Slice it, Chef. Okay. So you're going to see that apple, julienne apple, and the julienne kohlrabi is basically going to look the same. I use my hands because my mama always said it's the love in your hands that makes your food taste good. And I think more chefs are doing that now, aren't they? I'm going to dress the salad now, and we have some lovely pomegranate seeds. that we're gonna put on after. Just making sure they're nice and juicy, that little bit of Valentine's red. So, give my dressing a shake. And I'm light on the dressing. I mean, obviously you can
Yeah, you don't overdress.
you don't want to overdress. And generally for this salad, you basically want to serve it right away. It's not something you want to leave sitting around. So I'm just going to do the old knife and fork, because actually I don't have a salad bowl and spoon and fork. So, oh, it's got that lovely pinky color. So, take the little, some leaves. Is that about a little bit more? Would you put a little more?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now if you can get the actual frisee, it's a little bit lighter in color. Let's see, I'm just going to sprinkle.
Or maybe I can
Hmm?
do some orange statement with that bright orange.
Okay,
Pecans.
okay. So I'm just going to put a little bit more of the apple and kohlrabi. Now, do you want me to sprinkle the pomegranate on first? Okay. Woohoo! Oh, doesn't that look wonderful? Okay, and you're going to do what, Chef?
Got some orange statement. Just regular orange.
I think you have regular, is that a blood one? How can you tell? Oh, that's a blood one, yeah. Ooh, this looks lovely. Now, I'm being a fuss pot, I know, but I just want this there. Woohoo! This needs a little bit more light green. So you're doing those. What's that actually called? Just
Just statements.
segments, red, orange segments. Oh, cute. Okay. So, now what